Welcome to Cat the Minion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. This is going to be an unboxing of this Royal Holiday Carriage Cinderella. It says Disney Holiday Collection. Now, what's weird is that this doesn't say Petite Princess on it. And this is the same size and style and molds and everything of Cinderella that's in the Petite Princess Cinderella. So, in 1996, they started the Holiday Princess collection. And they started with Cinderella, and she wore her usual ball gown, but it was all in white with little snowflakes on it. And 97, they made Holiday Princess Belle, who was wearing a unique burgundy outfit, which is actually not the same as this, but a little bit more similar in tone. It was like velvety and gold and white. And in 1998, when this came out, they had Holiday Princess Snow White, who was wearing this sort of midnight blue and white version of her gown with long sleeves and sort of a Renaissance-y kind of styling. And I used to have Belle and I used to have Snow White, and they didn't survive the implosion of my collection. But what I did get a year or two ago, probably like 2 years ago, I got the Petite Princess. I only got two of them though. I still need to get Belle, but I had to get this first. So Petite Princess, they're 3.5 inches tall. They have sort of shanty style arms that move up and down. I think their heads only turn from side to side. They each have a unique head mold, and they can sit. They have hip joints that go straight, and then they have little teeny knee joints on their plastic legs. And when I found out they had knee joints, I was like, oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? The quality of these 3.5-inch dolls is insane. You know, and the last time I went to look at this set, it was $24, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna get some other stuff. I've already got the Cinderella by herself. And I bought the Snow White. So the Cinderella by herself is essentially a little copy of the Holiday Princess Cinderella, except the Holiday Princess is all in white, and the little one of this is still wearing her light blue. And then the the Petite Princess Belle, which I don't have yet, but I'm gonna get next time I get one of these, because there's only 4 dolls and I have 3 of them now, because I got her. The Petite Princess Belle is the same as the Holiday Princess, and then the Petite Princess Snow White is the same as the big Holiday Princess Snow White that came out the same year. And what else? Oh, so I went to get, this was like 24 bucks the last time I was looking for these on eBay. And I was like, oh, I should look at the Holiday Princess ones, because I was skimming for Disney dolls and the Belle one came up. And I was like, well, I know about the Royal Holiday Carriage, so I better go check on that. And it was like 170 bucks. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm like, I better find it cheaper now before they get way too expensive to get. You know, because the ones by themselves were like 15, 20 bucks. Not too bad considering. So I was able to get this for 30, and from a different seller, thank God. There's another one that was like 32 bucks. And I like the way that this one looked in the image better. Or maybe this one was a little more expensive. I think the other one was cheaper, but it looked wonky in the package. And I couldn't tell if theirs had Cinderella in it or not. So I consider myself lucky to get this for 30 bucks. And then it came in the mail, and I was like, oh my god, this is really heavy. And it says, moves and sound like a real horse-drawn carriage. So it must have batteries and a sound thing in there somewhere, which must be why it's so heavy. And I was not expecting that. I had no idea. I feel like that's not quite in focus. It's got to weigh at least 2 or 3 pounds. Well, maybe not. Probably like 2 pounds. That's pretty hefty considering how small these are. So I'm excited. I'm going to open it. Got the whole schmear here. I need to dig in the corner behind the Halloween decorations. and get my X-Acto knife because I don't feel like getting up and getting scissors right now. The individual ones are actually pretty hard to open. They're in a square packaging with this matching like metallic winter situation, and so it's like a square, and then it's like a plastic bubble, and then they're kind of inside it, so you could display them NRFB if you want to. But when you take them out, they've got a little loop on their back attached to their outfit, so you can hang them as an ornament on the Christmas tree. But I don't want my dolls getting sticky, so they're not going on a Christmas tree. If you have a fake tree, if you're one of those people that has the fake Christmas tree, you could do that without worrying about it getting sticky. So I have already seen in here that there's rotted rubber bands coming off the horses. So hopefully I can peel them off without them, without having to like scrape them and scratch them and fully clean them. Oh, that comes off real easy. Okay, cool. Alright, this package reminds me a lot of styling head boxes. This is like, it's like a cake box. Some rotted rubber bands up here. Ew, ew, ugh, they're all gummy. I'm surprised, well, I mean, this is 1998 is 23 years ago, so I guess that's long enough for rubber bands to get rotty. Look at that, this box just goes right back together. The flap's going in the right direction. There we go. I almost feel bad for getting rid of that. I might have to keep that for a while. Okay, so we have a stiffer corrugated cardboard here for the whole deal to go into. Okay, so the bottom of this package reminds me a lot of the styling heads that I've been getting. Ooh, this is a tie wrap. I might have to get the scissors after all. Let me see if I can get it. Without slicing my fracking hand off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the scissors for that anyway. How dare they put industrial strength tie wraps in my doll packages? It's just rude. It's also kind of hard to get at from this angle. I know. I need to flatten this out first so I can get my hand in there better. Tape down here. Alright. Now I can get a better angle on this, maybe. Piece of crap. Come on. I gotta hold this a different way. There we go. That wasn't that bad. Just had to get the right angle. There, alright, I got that. That was what we call, in the industry, a pain in my ass. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get Cinderella out of here before I try anything else. Let me push these through. Let's see how she's attached. Okay, so you just have some thread through here. Okay, so this is that like knit polyester stuff, and there's no hem, it's just cut. The other dolls have hemmed skirts though. I guess they made Cinderella a little, this gift set Cinderella a little cheaper because she's got the fancier box. Her overskirt and even her little gauntlets are hemmed though, but not the bottom of the skirt, which is kind of weird. So she's got just a cut net here with gold dots printed on it, and this shiny thick stuff also just cut at the bottom. I might get my fabric scissors and trim those shreds because it looks kind of wonky. I better get this one on the front first. On the side. Okay. Oh my god, she's really in there. So there's a piece of tape. I don't really want to... I gotta be careful here. I don't want to scratch her. Okay. And then she's twisted into the cardboard. Never seen that in a package either. Okay, freedom at last. Okay, so does she have? No, her waist doesn't twist. She has a solid waist. This dress is like sewn onto her, but you can see. Let me get the camera in here where I can see what I'm doing. So she has these little teeny. Those are stiff. She can sit down like a superstar Barbie body. And then she's got these little jointed knees. It's the coolest thing ever, really. And then she's got her little painted on flats that match her dress. So these dolls, again, 3.5 inches tall. You can see her little shanty style arms going up and down. Let me get it on her face here. I mean, how cute is that? She's just a teensy tiny little thing. She's got her headband. She's got her rotted rubber band here. That's kind of falling out. So I'm gonna, since her hair is kind of stuck in this position, and her little chignon, I'm just gonna leave it up loose and let it do what it's gonna do. I might get a little elastic and tie it around there. I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay, so she doesn't have a hanging loop on her dress like the other ones do. And her dress does come off, and it looks like her necklace is taped down, and I really don't... Is that going to be sticky? Let me see. Okay, it's not too bad. It's a little sticky, but it's not too bad. Because I don't really want that tape on there. So, oh man. Just snap back on. Okay, so those strings are probably going to pop up a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about that. So the other dolls come with a stand, and she doesn't have a stand. But the reason that she doesn't have a stand, getting these threads out of here, is because she's supposed to sit in the carriage. Okay. So I think, did I put elastic in this other one? Yes, I did. Okay, I'm gonna go get a little elastic for her hair. I'll be right back. Got caught on the table. These little elastics I got at the grocery store are cheap, and they tend to dry out and break, but they don't rot and stick like a rubber band would. I'm just trying to pull the rest of the rubber band fibers out of her hair. Seems, I think it's mostly gone. All right, so I want to keep her little headband intact. It's just a knotted little piece of ribbon. Oh, some of these are thicker. I don't want to waste the thick one on her because she's so little. Alright, so I've got one of these. And I've got her hair. And I'm going to do like I did on the other one and just kind of pinch it in the back and let it curl forward. There we go, that looks right. Okay, so that's how I've got it now. Just got that elastic kind of in there. And it looks fine from the front. Get her headband back up there where it's supposed to go. Okay. So I'm going to finish pulling this stuff out before I show the other two dolls for comparison. This one also doesn't have jingly bells on her. The other two both have underskirts with jingle bells. So this outfit is made much more cheaply than the other ones. But for the size of the doll, it still looks quite amazing. And she's gorgeous. I love that they put Cinderella in a different color. She's still wearing the exact same style of dress. And also, these aren't real puffs. They're little ribbons that are tied in here. The other Cinderella has like a full cap sleeve, but that's kind of unusual. So her dress is a little cheaper, but she still looks amazing. And if I wanted to, I could make her a little underskirt and put some bells on it. I'm going to put her aside for a second. Now that I've fixed her rotted rubber band from her hair. Alright, so let me see. Oh, let me just untie the rest of these. So these are taped down as well as. Pull the tape first. Oh, you bastard. It's no longer in focus. If I can get the end with my fingernail, maybe. So I just pushed it down with my fingernail. Give me that. I'm gonna tape now. Let's just cut my hand off. I guess in the 80s they didn't used to tape down the ties, but I remember now in the 90s they definitely did. These ones are round and smooth. The ones from the 80s tended to be flat with these. Oh, they got a couple of them here with these twisty wires. Clear plastic over cheap metal. I used to save these, and then I used to tie my dolls back into the box and store them in the boxes. But then I got rid of most of my dolls. I had 40 left out of like 200. And then I folded the cardboard flat and pulled out the cellophane and had all the cardboard box pieces and liners in a big box, and I started buying doll cases. And then I downsized again, and I got rid of most of the cardboard. I just saved a little bit from some key boxes that I wanted to have a piece of the original packaging too. But I used to keep these to retie the dolls into the boxes, and after, a couple years they would start breaking in the middle, and then you couldn't use them anymore. Okay, so the carriage is loose. Let me see if no, the horses. Okay. There we go. Now this is kind of funny. They've got tape. They've got this ice pink brush for the 11.5-inch size dolls here, which is hilarious because, I mean, these aren't even that big. You could have one of those little teeny brushes or a pick comb, because Cinderella has almost no hair, and these horses, even if you wanted to brush their mane, ooh, that's soft. It's kind of cheap feeling, like it's gonna get frayed up soon, but it's really soft. I think, is that... might be the same hair as on Cinderella. It might not be. I can see some rotted rubber band here on the leg. It looks like it's just peeling right off, though. Really thin rubber bands, too. Ew, it's sticky. I hate that. So, ooh, this is a nice color, too. I don't think I've had one in this, like, icy pearly pink yet. It's not really showing up. It's almost the same pink as the Perfume Pretty, but those, the brushes like these from the 80s had shorter tines. So this is, what number is this? This is number 19096. Where's my fucking Sharpie? 19096. Alright. 6. Okay, so I've got the stock number written in there now because when I put this in my inventory case, I don't want it to get mixed up with any of the other ones of these that I still have. And it needs to dry for a while. If I touch that Sharpie, it's going to smudge. So put that over here. Actually, this is about the same color as my inventory case. How about that? Alright, so there is rotted rubber bands here. See if I can... Ew. It's like holding this ribbon to the... I gotta undo this ribbon all the way and then I'll retie it after. This rotted rubber band out from underneath it. Oh, it's really on there and it's really sticky. I might have to wash that. Gross. Why is that even on there? Yuck. I hope that glitters on the inside of the case. That's nasty. Why the hell did they have all these rubber bands on here? It's disgusting. I have to get like some Windex and wipe that off. Ugh. The Windex. Oh, what the hell? Okay, there's a piece. What the frick? That's the only disappointing thing about opening older stuff. I didn't... Usually they're not coated in friggin' crusty rubber bands. A little bit here attached to the ribbon. Gross. And it's like kind of gummy and seeping through. I might wash that with some kind of like laundry detergent and a toothbrush just to get that off of there. So I'm gonna peel all the rest of the rotted rubber bands off of the horses. There was some on the leg there and some on their chests. I'm going to get that off of there and then I'll come back with another clip. Okay, so I've spent a little time carefully picking away the rubber band bits with the Windex and the paper towels. So it was, I think I figured out why it was wrapped all around the carriage here. For some reason, I think they were trying to hold on this ribbon, but there's a little lantern back here that was flopping around, and it was wrapped tight around the top of that. So I think that's what was going on there. Whoops, I didn't shut the door all the way. So I figured out that there's a little wheel here Let me take this horse off. There's a little wheel here, and the horse thing is split, and there's a slot for this wheel here to move back and forth along that. And what happens is that it makes the horses move up and down when it rolls. So the horses don't quite touch the ground, but when it rolls, it looks like they're trotting up and down, which I think is amazing. This is literally the coolest thing I've ever seen. So I've also discovered that what makes the noise, it's just a clicking, it's not like light and sound or anything. There's this heavy box at the end here that's packed up to look like a little treasure box in there. The wheel on the back trips it and it makes a little clicking noise. It seems to work better going backwards than forwards. Some kind of a cheap noise making thing. So let me see if I can roll this down here. I mean, it's so cool. Let me run it backwards. It's so, I mean, I love it. I had no idea this did that. I just saw the horses and the carriage. Ooh, look at that. They got this like, look at the wheels. It's like you're getting very dizzy kind of a moment. So let me turn it around. You can see it from the other side. I'm going to give left horse a little bit of love over here. I mean, if I were like 10, I would be playing with this for hours. So I just tied this ribbon back on here. I might still try to clean the gunk off of the bottom of it, but I tried to make it like towards the front of the carriage. So I also found out that it has two doors and they both open. They're kind of snapped in there pretty tight. So it's like ice pink. Is that the same color? Almost the same color. Coffered door, or quilted door lining here. And the one on the side is the same. And then this is clear with glitter in the plastic. And then it's frosted on top. It's got the little lines on it like a pumpkin. And then there's just this flat part here. And then a slightly quilted little seat cushion thing happening. Let me see if I can kind of see it in there. So that's where Cinderella would sit. I haven't put her in there yet, so let's do that now. I can't get over that horse action. That's so friggin' cool. I don't even care about the sound. I mean, it helps a little bit, but still. Just like a stray thread out of here. Okay. So she can sit, so I'm going to bend her tight hips and her little knees. Sha-na-na-na-na-na, knees and knees. Oh man, she barely goes in there. That's a tight scrunch, but I can imagine little kids breaking her. Maybe if I don't, if I don't bend her knees, she goes in a little better. Straighten out her dress here. Okay. Okay, so her hair, as I have slightly restyled it, doesn't quite fit in there that well, but there she is. She's in the carriage. That is pretty goddamn amazing. I love that. I thought the other dolls were cool. Okay, so I'm gonna leave her in there for a minute. And let me pop these off of here, because I want to talk about these horses. These are identical. Oh, I see why this one kept falling off. There's a little hole on the tummy that goes into this peg here. And that's why this horse kept trying to fall off on me. Naughty boy. Give me the horse. Okay. Alright, so this is a kind of a, it's a kind of a brittle sounding plastic. I imagine if you drop this by accident that the leg would break. You can hear that. It's like about to break. These horses are extremely detailed and muscular. Luckily, there wasn't a rubber band in the little bow on the tail. So they're in this sort of trotting position, very muscular. These are much better than the modern horses that look like puffy and cartoony. So they've got the hair rooted in. They've got the little decorative hat rooted in, and then the tail. Now these are scaled to the doll, and they looked to me, as far as I can tell, might not, no, they do look the same. I'm trying to get the angle. They look pretty much like this 1982 Dazzle horse here. I know these are small. Let me try to zoom in on it. Alright, so here's Blaze. Here's the horse. These dolls are 4 inches tall. They're a little bit taller than Cinderella. So here's Crystal, and I'll zoom back in on that in a second. It's okay, I see what's going on here. These horses are the same mold basically as Blaze here. There's a difference because this hair is molded on and the tail is molded on. But you can see here, because in this photo these Dazzle dolls come up about to the top of his head. Okay. And you can see here, this 4-inch doll is actually taller than the horse. These don't have any markings on them, but it looks very much to me like they've taken the basic Blaze mold and shrunk it down a little bit and cut away on the mold where the molded on hair and tail was and made it rooted. So these are actually, judging by the photo, a little bit smaller than Blaze here, but roughly that same horse shape. Right, the right foot is back a little bit. The front left foot is bent up in that same angle. And we have that the horse's mouth is open. So I do also want to point out, let me take Cinderella out of here. Camera. So we see here, in terms of scale, this doll is the same height as the horse. Like in the picture with these dolls. Same height as the horse. And then this 4-inch doll is a little bit taller. She's at an angle because of how her stand is. Let me get in here. Okay, so 4-inch scale, amazingly much bigger than the 3.5-inch scale. And the horse, just a little bit smaller than this doll now. So this is, there's no markings on here. I looked to see if there was a date, nothing. So they're just a little bit smaller and then a little brittle. I had, I would say that horses made in the 80s were probably also brittle like this, because I had a Rainbow Bright horse. I had a Sunriser. It was like coated in velvet flock and bright pink with yarn hair, made by Mattel. And we had tenants, and the tenant's bratty little kid threw my horse across my bedroom and broke its leg. And it was never, she was never quite the same. And I wish I still had that, because I want to get a new one, and they're like $500 now. But this, again, brittle plastic. So I think these horses are probably the same mold as Blaze, but shrunk. And there's no markings though, so it's hard to tell. Let's see. Alright. So we got Cinderella here. Let's see if she's gonna get her to stand up a little bit there. Move her hair over a little bit. Okay. So here is the gift set Cinderella, and I gotta get down here on the table a little bit more so we can get into her world. Is that? I feel like that's not... Okay, that's better. This tripod is, I swear to God, it's gonna give me a heart attack. Work with me here. Okay. It's hard because she's so small and my screen is craptastic too. I think that's about as good as she's gonna get. Okay, so here is... Still moving. God damn this thing. Bane of my existence. Just trying to get it to stop flapping around. Okay, I think it's stable now. Okay. So, she's not going on her stand very well. Okay, so here's the Cinderella by herself. She just looks taller because she's on a stand. So I've had to put a new tie in her hair as well. So her dress has a hem, it has an overskirt, she has an underskirt, she has underpants, whereas that one does not. She's got bells in her hem, and she's got a little hanging loop back here, and her outfit is Velcro instead of having a little snap on it. Alright, so here's this other one. I think Burgundy Cinderella's makeup is a little heavier. They're so cute though. So they're the same height. This one has silver painted on shoes. She's got the same little knee joints here. There. And again, this one she's got little underpants in there. Get her back on the stand. Okay. Alright. And the other one that I've got is Snow White here. She has gold bells. Okay, so there's Snow White. Again, she's... this one is like the Holiday Princess Cinderella, except that the full-size doll is all white, and this still is back in her regular powder blue color. The Snow White here is exactly the same style and color as the full-size one. She's got her little muff here with leaf, her little hat, her collar, and this sort of renaissance-y... This is probably the same fabric, too, as the big one. She's got her little cape back here, and then her little hanging loop, and the underskirt. So she's got gold painted on shoes on her little bendy legs, and she also has underpants. I think they're attached to the petticoat. Yeah, they're like little underpants, underskirt combo. Not that a doll really needs underwear. I wish people would have gotten that through their thick heads in 1995, because then we wouldn't have dolls with fully molded on clothing now, but it's a rant for another day. So the only one I'm missing is Belle, and I'm going to get her pretty soon. She's going to be... It's not quite burgundy, it's like a... Her outfit is like velvety, and it's like this red. It's a slight... Well, looks about the same there. This is a lot deeper color on here. Reds don't show up well on camera, and neither do neons. So Snow White here has her own little head mold. It's different than Cinderella, and then Belle has her own little face too. So once I get the Belle, who is like these ones, she's got the little jingly petticoat and a hanger. I'll have the whole set. So these are fantastic. I'm in love with this horse carriage. It is the bee's knees. I can't get over how they clop up and down. It's friggin' amazing. So I would like to have a stand for this other Cinderella here, but perhaps I can make one. I should get a 3D printer, but, you know, baby steps. I'm still trying to scrape enough income together to pay bills every month, let alone get supplies for making things fancier. Like, I can't even get the like epoxy and silicone mold stuff that I need yet. But this is nice. It's I don't know how much it cost originally, but it's definitely worth 30 bucks. Not worth 170 bucks, but it's definitely worth the 30. And if you can get one for I would say, considering how old it is, 50 would be like an acceptable price to pay for this unit. But I wouldn't pay more than that. That's be kind of ridiculous. But if you can get it for like 30 or under, like, go ahead and get it. Just make sure you wipe off those rotted rubber bands. And don't drop these horses, because they'll probably break in half. Yeah. Alright. I'm excited. I love that. It's amazing. I'm enchanted. If you want to see more adventures with Plastic Crack, I have a whole playlist. I have merch and prints and actual art items. I do tarot readings. The list is going to be down below. I've got stuff. I've got a couple Barbie bits and pieces for sale on Etsy. 3 or more items in my Etsy shop. 3star17. You get 17% off with that code. Everything here is through my Linktree, linktr.ee/cattheminion. I've got coloring books, dark poetry, merch, prints, and that real stuff over on Etsy with those spare doll parts. I've got, right now I've got some Totally Hair Barbie depth styling tubes. 3 of them still have gel in it. 1 of them's broken, but it's good enough for display. And then I've got 1987 pink dinner date fashion over on Etsy, besides the art that I've made. PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo if you want to energy exchange. Hit that tip jar. Donate for future projects or more things to open. Ooh, I also wanted to point out that what I want to do for this set, I have I've been storing Cinderella and Snow White in a box with one of my holiday Barbies in the case, but I want to get another case that's comparable to the suitcase here. It's the right length. Another one in the same size and width, and then I can put the carriage in the bottom and I can store the other ones up top, and that would, you know, that would give me plenty of room to keep that safe, because I'm not going to keep that cardboard box. So, well, I mean, I'm going to keep part of it, but I'm not going to stick it back in there. Alright, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, check out my playlists tab, my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.